Hello everyone. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to plot and present your geochemical dataset using geochemical data kit software. The first thing is to prepare your Excel data. Your data and the data must be in Excel sheet like that one. So we have here our data. We have the number of the samples and the uh, measure and trace element that we have measured. So to format your Excel sheet, we have to insert 3 columns after the sample number. Set 1 and 3. The first one will be the symbol that will be shown in the figures, and the second one will be the color of the symbol, and the third one will be the size of the symbol as well. So here these will be as numbers. So for instance, we will put 1 for the symbol, maybe 2 for the color, and for the size, I recommend 1.5 for the size of the symbol. And we will see how it looks like, and we can change it later. So I will show you later how to choose the number that represents the symbol that you want to use in your figures. After preparation of your Excel sheet, we will go to the software itself, open the software. So I go here and go to data kit software and this one. So I open it like that. It will open in this way, and this is the latest versions of the geochemical data kit, because there are some versions that older that will open in a different way. Then go to packages and load package, then go to geochemical data kit software and hit OK. Once all these menus are uploaded, so you are ready to onboard and upload your data to the software. And to import your data, we have two ways of importing your data here. The easiest one is to copy your data and paste it in the software like that. We go select our data here and copy our data. So then go to the software and in geochemical data kit menu, paste data from clipboard. So for samples loaded successfully. Okay. So your data now is uploaded to the software and ready to plot using the required figures and diagrams. The other way to upload your data is to load data file. And because we are now using the recent versions of Office that is not compatible with the geochemical data kit, we need to save our file to older versions of Office, like save it in 97 2003 versions from file here and save as. So we will browse here and we go to desktop examples, and here I will choose, instead of the Excel workbook, I will use Excel 97 2003 workbook. So I hit save. Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay. So now to use the second way of loading your data, we go to geochemical data kit, load data file, and then look for the directory where your file is in. So go to this, my desktop here. This desktop and example. So geochemical data kit example, open. It will give me options which sheet that my data is in. So I put them in example geochemical data. So select this one and hit OK. So 4 samples loaded successfully. So these are the two ways of loading your data to the software. The second thing is I'm going to show is how to select the numbers for the symbol and the color and the size. So from plot settings menu, here we show available symbols. So this is the symbol that are available in the software that you can use. So if you use 0, you will use empty square. If you use number 15, so you are using solid square. So then I can now go to my data here and say, yes, I need to use number 50. And if you have different data sets, so you will use different symbols for each. But for my example, I can say, yeah, okay. I can say they are the same data set. So now go. Also for the colors, you go below the plot settings and then show available colors. So these are the available colors that you can use to present your symbol. So if you use 1, so you will use black. If you use red, if you want red, you use 2, and so on. Okay. So here in my data, I'm using 2, so my symbol will appear in red. And I think for the size 1.5 is good, and we will see if it is too tiny we can change it to 2. If it is too big we can just reduce it to 1. This is the first thing needed to be done, and before you upload your data you will not be able to access any of these menus. So you have to first upload your data here, then these icons will be activated. The most common menu that people are using here is how to plot data and from plots. So we use usually classification and geotectonic if you want to plot a binary diagram or ternary diagram. All these available from the plot menu. So for instance, we need to do classification. So we go to the classification, and if we are working with volcanic rocks, we will use one of these diagrams. If we are working on plutonic rocks, we will use one of these diagrams. So for instance, they are volcanics, so I will use total alkali silicate classification diagram after opacital. So and then okay. So if you want to just test one sample to the the type of this sample, you can just hit the number of the sample here, like A1. A1, you can just try the sample number here. If you haven't written anything, you will and said okay, you will get you all the samples that in your data. So you can just say I want only A1 to be presented, and or A2, A3, or 4, or if I said okay, I will plot all the data. Maybe I don't need A4, just get this. So okay, or if I want to add comma and A4 and so on. So I do this. Okay. So 3 samples selected. Okay. So these are my sample. But because I uploaded them in the first time, I used the symbol number 1. So this is the symbol that I used for first time. So now because I changed the number for the symbol, I need now to upload my to load my data again because I changed the symbol. And paste here. Okay. Then I'm gonna plot it again. So classification here and total silica. Okay. Okay. And hit OK. So I need all my sample to be presented, plotted. Okay. Or sample. Okay. Yeah. We see here that we plotted our data. So now to export this figure, we click here, right click, and then we can copy as meta file, we can copy as map, and so on. I prepare it, and then I go to my Excel, maybe Ambry or something like this as diagrams, and then paste. Then I can take this to drawing software, and I can edit it and redraw it to present it in a much nice way. I'm gonna dig on things that is not already published on the YouTube, or I haven't seen ever in any video before. The software itself do some calculation for you and calculate some formula and maybe some elements that could be very useful in interpreting your data. So how can I get these values? From data handling and edit? So go numeric data and OK. So here is your data, and if you go forward here, you will see that the software itself calculated some parameters for you, like loss and ignition. This is you already uploaded, sorry. But if you go back here, for instance, the magnesium number and this ratio and this total and the titanium, the potassium, and the phosphorus. Also, these are the calculation that the software already calculated for you, and you can use it in interpreting your rocks. So how can you just export these data and upload them to your own file or data? To do that, you go to geochemical here and export data table 2. So yeah. So I use Excel, maybe this one, or I can use this one any, and yes, okay. So here is my data, and then I will maybe exported data. Just and then save my table. Okay, okay. So writing successful. So okay. So you can now go to the folder you have exported to. Here my examples here, and then this is the one I exported, and here it is. If you go here, you will find these in the calculation that the software has already made for you. So you can just copy them, select them, and copy them, and insert them to your own data. Here, paste. Here the calculation like could be important in interpreting your stuff, and this like the magnesium number and total iron this ratio, potassium sodium ratio, and so on. Yeah, we just save. Yeah, okay. So the other important thing that I want to dig on, and as I said, you can just plot binary, you can use the ternary diagram if it is not available in the default diagrams. Yes, let's plot. We have an example. I want to show you this one, maybe this one. Here, this one. If you want to like if you want to plot this diagram, and we need to plot this diagram. So this is ternary diagram X and Y. So go to the software and say plot binary diagram or binary plot. So on the X medium over strontium. So here I can write the formula of medium over strontium. Okay, and on the Y axis we say medium over area. So okay, you can prepare this formula in your Excel data from the beginning, and then just select them, or if they are not prepared, you just write it manually here. Okay. If we look back at the diagram here, we will see that it's not a normal division, a normal scale here. This scale is logarithmic scale because we see 0.1, 1, 10, and 100. So it's not a normal scale. As well, the y y-axis is not normal scale, so this is called logarithmic scale. But how can we plot this? Yes, we here, after we selected our elements or axis, so okay, then he asks you, do you want any of these are in a logarithmic value? So if yes, say x, if you need only x or xy, and I will make sure here that these are in a small format. It's not capital. It's not capital. If you x, y, capital, it will not work. So just to make sure, x, small y, and then okay. So you need only one sample or all the sample, just hit here. And then if you need to delete one sample, you just can delete it easily like that. Okay. So here is our diagram. This is the diagram that we plotted. So if I want to do these fields here, how can I do? There is a big difference between the range and the scales. So I can't even match them together to mark or to plot these fields. So yeah, we go back to here, and this is our diagram. So to change the scale range here, we go to plot editing here, and we have zoom. We have zoom in x axis or y axis. So scale x axis. Okay, so I look at my diagram here. So it's from 0.1 to 100. So 0.1, comma 100. Okay, and we can check, and but we will do zoom y first here. Y. Okay, so go back from 0.01 to 100. Okay, 0.01, comma 100. Okay, then I look at my diagram here, and my diagram is now similar to the one that I want to match and make the same fields to see how my data can be interpreted on this figure. Paste here, and using any drawing software like CorelDRAW, or I can match here them together here, the axis. Yeah, maybe any diagram I can match the axis here. Yeah, still I need to match more. Maybe I need to. It's now matches, so I can, using any software, I can draw these lines to see where my samples plot, and this diagram is just for example. Yeah, we just pick it. Also, you can here you can identify points if you want to know here. Then the number of this sample, you can just identify point and then hit here. Oh, it's A3. the most important thing before you do anything else, you have to press stop, unless the software will die from you and you have to restart it again. So make sure to press stop before doing anything after that. You can just look at these. This is important. If you have like if we plot diagram here, specification here, this one. Okay. This is that. And to make sure that anything you will edit will be on the last diagram you have plotted, yeah? So plot, editing here, and you can just sometimes we don't need the names of the name of the figure, so we can just, yes, title, okay, we can just delete it, or we can just change it as you like, yeah, okay. So if we look at here, yeah, it's not here anymore. So also we can press edit, so XY here, yeah, I may add with that, yeah, like that, okay, like here, and also I can do this in the Y axis and so on. We have also ternary plot. If you want to do ternary plot, maybe we do in a ternary plot, and just for example, you can just look, maybe just doing a random thing. You can use a grid if you want. If you don't want, you can use a grid if you want. And all the samples, okay. So 4 samples, okay. So here is your ternary plot. If you don't need this grid, you can just select not needed here, ternary plot. I'm not sure which one I've selected, maybe this one and this one, and maybe I'm doing a random plot, yeah. Oh, I said yes, so grid, so cancel, I don't need grid, and so on, yeah. And I think this is the most important thing that I haven't seen in any video before, so I want to share this experience with you. If you need any more, oh yeah, biohistory, I forgot to, if you need to calculate CIBW and something, you can just go to norms here and calculate this. Okay, it is here, and then you can just take this and copy, and then here, yes, you can just here open notebook, maybe, or text document like that, CIBW, and then CIBW open, and just here paste here, and you just get rid of this, like that, and then save this one. It's already saved. Oh, sorry. Paste. Okay. I need to control S, save this one. Okay, I think I see it's saved already. Yes, it is already saved. It's in your Excel data. Just file, open, and then this we see. browse here. And where is my desktop? Desktop here, examples here, and all files here, all files. So I have this CIVW open, and just check this one. Okay, and I will see. I'm sure to be honest. No, this is not the right one. So we can use space. Thank you, space. Okay, finish. So here is your data. So we just copy like this and copy. Then we can paste them here, and we can just paste them in the main file. But when we paste them, we don't paste them the same, we just rotate them like that. So we have here our normative minerals here, and don't forget to press save. Yeah, and I think that's what I want to say. If you need any more help, you just write in a comment or just contact me for any further assistance. And thank you so much for watching. I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you so much.